Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sentinel Sports Extra Cavaliers Weekly Report. I'm your Lake County Sentinel beat reporter, Tim Shirer, and we're going to go over the past week that the Cavs had, the last 7 days. They played 4 games. And then we'll preview this week where they play 3 games. The Cavs enter the week 42-26, 23-12 at home, and 19-14 on the road. So, well, let's get to the important business first. This program is brought to you by CT Roofing and Power Wash, the official roofer of the Lake County Sentinel. You could call them if you want to get an estimate to get a new roof or to get your aluminum siding, not aluminum siding, I guess it's all vinyl now. Get your deck, your house, your drive, your steps power washed, or get your deck stained or rebuilt. They do all that stuff, and they're really good at it too. They can help you with insurance claims for siding and roofing. So call them today, 440-278-0506, and they can help you with that. Let's start with the injury news before we review last week. Jared Allen and Tyrese Proctor will both miss these 3 games of the road trip. Proctor and Allen have missed several games. I always felt like Allen wouldn't come back until at least the Orlando game next week, which is Tuesday. So I just think there's no reason to bring him back. You want that tendonitis to be under control. You've got to have Jared Allen for the playoffs. Let me repeat that. You've got to have a healthy Jared Allen for the playoffs. You've got to have a healthy Donovan Mitchell. You've got to have a healthy James Harden. You've got to have a healthy Evan Mobley. Are you getting the picture here? So resting guys now, losing maybe a game or 2 now, big deal. The Cavs almost want to be locked into that 4th seed. They don't want to play the Celtics or the Knicks in the second round. No, they just don't. I mean, they're not going to lose games intentionally like they did when J.B. Bickerstaff was the coach. But let's face it, the Cavs would rather face the Pistons in the second round than face the Celtics or the Knicks, right? They just would, especially the Celtics. I'm not afraid at all of the Knicks, but the Celtics, they're probably the best team in the East. So you want to play someone else first 2 rounds, and then maybe the Celtics get knocked out somehow. I don't know. But finishing up with the injuries, Craig Porter Jr. will miss more time than Ellis and Allen, it looks like. It looks like he will be reevaluated in 1 to 3 weeks, but he has begun treatment on his groin injury. So that's pretty much the injury report. I feel like we're going to see Jalen Tyson tomorrow night against the Bucks. I feel like we will. I feel like yesterday wasn't too serious, and I feel like he'll be back. So, but let's review last week. Last week at Rocket Arena on Monday, the Cavs went 2-2 last week, by the way. So, you would think, by the way, some fans are acting, they went 0-4 and got blown out in every game. But they went 2-2. Monday night at Rocket Arena, they blew out the 76ers. It ended up 115-101, but it wasn't close. The leading scorer was James Harden. He had 21 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Keon Ellis had 19 points, 4 of 7 from three-point range. He's really showing that he can score. And he plays good defense. I've heard some people complain about him. They know nothing. The people who are complaining about Keon Ellis, his defense and his shooting, they know nothing. These are people you do not listen to. So Donovan Mitchell, he had 17 points and 6 assists in that game against the Sixers. Evan Mobley, 15 points and 8 rebounds. And Dean Wade, the much maligned Dean Wade, another one that the not so intelligent like to rip on. He had 13 points and 10 boards. So, and then Wednesday night, they went to Orlando. They fell to the Magic, 128-122. Harden scored 30 points. He had 8 assists and 5 boards. Mitchell had 25 points, and I believe he took 25 shots. Keon Ellis had 20 points, and he was 5 of 8 from three-point range in that game. So another nice effort by Keon Ellis. And, that was just a really good trade, Schroeder and Ellis for DeAndre Hunter, who was doing nothing with the Cavs. And now, unfortunately for him, he's hurt with the Kings. But I heard a scout. I talked to a scout about that trade, and he said, "What are the Kings doing?" And I just responded with they're being the Kings. And he was like, "Yeah," he agreed. So the Kings, I don't know. I don't know about them. I just really don't know. But Friday night, the Cavs went down to Dallas and just beat the crap out of the Mavericks. You got to give the Mavericks credit. They made adjustments. But the Cavs beat the Mavs 138-105 on Friday night in Dallas. Evan Mobley scored 29 and had 7 boards. Donovan Mitchell, 24 points and 8 assists. And James Harden, 17 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. This rebounding stuff, this is what Garland did not bring at all. I'm sorry, people. You can whine about Garland being gone. I've seen that recently. Some of these people, who like to trade when it happened, now they're whining. But the trade is a good trade. The trade is a good trade. So they beat them 138-105 on Friday night. So you figured, should be a pretty easy game Sunday. Well, it wasn't. They looked like they were not prepared to play. They looked like they didn't want to be there. The only guy that looked like he wanted to be there yesterday was Max Strus, who made his season debut. The Cavs fell 130-120 yesterday to Dallas, and it was a very disappointing game. I can't lie. It was a very disappointing game. Mitchell had 26, but he scored a lot of those late when it didn't matter. Max Strus had the best game for the Cavs, I thought. He had 24 points. I believe he made 6 threes, 6 of 9, and he made his first 4. And Cooper Flagg led the Mavericks with 27. I think Cooper Flagg, I don't think he's going to be Rookie of the Year. I think Concanopoulos is going to win Rookie of the Year. I don't think Cooper Flagg's going to win it. He's a very good player. He's a great player. But I don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. I think Concanopoulos is going to win it, his former Duke teammate. So getting to this week, the Cavs will be in Milwaukee tomorrow against the Bucks. It has always been tough in Milwaukee. against the Bucks. The Cavs are 40-79 all time against the Bucks in Milwaukee. But let's get to this year. Bucks are 27-39. They're 15-8 at home at Fiserv Forum. The Cavs are 19-14 on the road, as I mentioned before. They lost to the Bucks 118-116 on February 25th when it looked like Jared Allen made the basket, but it turned out on replay that it left his hand just a hair after the buzzer, and the Cavs lost 118-116. So the Cavs, they trail the all-time series 133-107 and are 40-79 in Milwaukee. But the Cavs have won 6 of the last 7 against Milwaukee. The only loss was that game on February 27th. So it would be nice to see the Cavs go up there and win in Milwaukee. I can remember my time as a youngster when they would go up to Milwaukee, and oh my God, in the 70s and 80s, oh my God, they would go up to Milwaukee and it just would be horrible. It was a nightmare every time. Guys like Paul McKeskey, who averaged like 2.5 points a game, would score 25 against the Cavs. He looked like he was the greatest shooter that ever lived against the Cavs. And I don't know. I just think that, I don't know. It's the Cavs, they've struggled up there in Milwaukee. And, Milwaukee's not that good this year, but neither is Dallas, and they lost to them. So anything can happen on any day in the NBA, because let's remember this. I've had many scouts tell me this. You have the guys who are the superstars in the league. But let's not forget, the rest of the guys are professional basketball players too, and they're really, really good. So even though some of the know-it-all fans might not think that they're really, really good, these guys at the end of the bench are really, really good players. They're good basketball players, and they can come off that bench and make you look bad in a minute. So that will be, hopefully the Cavs will go up to Milwaukee and win the game. So, but then Thursday at 8 o'clock, the Cavs will take on the Chicago Bulls at United Airlines Arena. The Bulls are 27-40, 16-8 at home, 16-18 at home. The Cavs are 1-2 against the Bulls this season. They've dropped the last 2 games they've played. One in Chicago on December 17th, where Chicago pretty much dominated the whole game, 127-111. And then 2 days later on December 19th in Cleveland, when the Bulls beat them 136-125. The Cavs' only win against the Bulls was on November 8th in Cleveland. When the Cavs won that game 128-122. Then that after Chicago on Thursday, the Cavs will head to New Orleans to take on the Pelicans. In New Orleans, the Pelicans are the Pelicans. They are the Pelicans that we've, become used to knowing. Not a very good team. 22-46, 13-22 at home at the Smoothie King Center. So let's see if they can. Let's see what they can do on this road trip. Let's hope that they can go, 3-0. I think they need to go 3-0 on this trip. And I think they're capable of going 3-0 on this trip. I don't see any reason why they're not capable of coming back 45-26. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. They're playing three teams that aren't very good. Milwaukee, I think, will give them the biggest challenge. Even though they've lost to the Bulls twice this year, I think they're so much better than them now. So I feel like they should come home from this road trip 45-26, winners of 3 in a row. Let's hope I'm right. That's my prediction for this week, 3-0 for the Cavs. I don't know. I've been wrong before. Actually, I'm really pretty bad on these picks, so hopefully I'm not pretty bad this time. But, I think people just overreact way too much, to one game. They looked terrible yesterday, okay? They did. But I'm not going to, panic and say that, they can't win in the postseason. That was terrible yesterday. It was horrible. It was horrible. It looked bad. They looked disinterested. Max Strus seemed like the only guy that came ready to play yesterday. They were without Allen, and they were, without Tyson too. And Tyson's been a key part of this team. So I just think that we can't judge we're going to judge by one game. How about we judge by Friday's game where they blew them out in Dallas, right? And, people want to say, they lost to this team, they lost to that team. You know what? The Thunder, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Nuggets, the Spurs, all top teams. The Knicks, they've all lost to bad teams this year. They have. They have all lost to bad teams. It happens. I mean, I just think, I guess I understand fans. I used to be just a fan, and I would overreact, I guess, but maybe it's worse now with social media. But I don't know. Don't give up on this team. I think this team has a chance to contend for a championship. This team should get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And then who knows what happens. So don't judge by one terrible loss to the Dallas Mavericks. Okay? Don't. They've beaten some good teams this year. They have. So I just think that there's no reason to overreact. It was a bad game yesterday. Now they go out on the road, and hopefully they can go 3-0 on this road trip, come home 19 games over 500. And because it's a big game next Tuesday against Orlando and the Magic. They lost in Orlando. I'm sure they'd like to get a little payback for that one next Tuesday. And who knows, Franz Wagner might be back for that one too. But I feel like the Cavs have got guys now, though, that neutralize Mo Wagner. I feel like they neutralize him now. Thomas Bryant, Naquan Tomlin, Schroeder will go up against him. He doesn't care. So I don't think he's as effective against the Cavs as he used to be. But I think that's going to be just about all for this week and this week's Cavs report. I'm glad to be back. We didn't have the report for a couple weeks because, a couple times the Cavs played on Monday, so we just did our pregame and our postgame. But I hope that we're talking next week about some Cavs wins, 3 in a row, and then everything will be good. Everybody will be happy again, But I'm just. What do we have left? The Cavs are 42-26, so they played 68. So we got 14 left. 14 games left in the season. And it would be nice to see the Cavs finish up strong. I'd be fine with 10-4. Yeah, I'd be fine with 10-4. So I think that people put too much into 1 or 2 games, short stretches. Short sample people just kill me. They do. They're just ridiculous. They are ridiculous. And most of the time you find out there are people that really don't know what they're talking about. So, but that's going to be it for tonight before I go on and rant anymore about people I disagree with. But the Cavs play tomorrow night, 8 o'clock in Milwaukee. Until next Monday, we'll be back for Cavs Weekly at 8 o'clock next Monday. I hope everybody has a great week. And go Cavs.